The Beach FM Business Lunch Show, brought to you by PlaceMakers Kapiti Horowhenua. Together we're building New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Business Lunch Show on Beach FM 106.3 on your Monday afternoon. And let's talk transportation now. We had an essential service right here in Paraparaumu. They go by the name of Paraparaumu Taxis. And we've got Ray Fawcett on the line. G'day, Ray.
Good morning, Damon. How are you going?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing at this time?
Yeah, well, a little bit happier now that we're sort of slightly coming out of the lockdown. But yeah, we're getting there like most businesses.
Outstanding, mate. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of how this time has been for you guys, how long have you guys been around? What's the story of Paraparaumu Taxis?
Oh, look, the name Paraparaumu Taxis has been around for a long, long time. This actual business is around 20-odd years or something around there. Oh. But there's always been a taxi service going by the name of Paraparaumu Taxis, going back long, decades ago.
Essential service that you guys are. How are you guys doing with business, regular business before COVID-19?
Oh no, we were pretty busy. We've got about around 18 cars and one van in our fleet, and there was always enough work for everybody. We were busy. We're doing around 350 jobs a day, sometimes 400.
Wow!
But like every business, that once the virus come along, it all dropped out. But we still provided a service 24/7 over that level 4 period. We just basically had a skeleton crew on, Damian.
It wasn't just, and it's not just the taxi service. By the name, you guys offer a range of services that I'm sure would have been affected by COVID.
Yeah, well, a big part of our business is looking after the elderly people. I say that with respect to them. Yeah. Most people have a total mobility card, which enables them to have half-price taxi fares. But with just about all our retirement villages, in fact, they all were on lockdown completely. They weren't allowed out for obvious reasons. That had a huge impact. And you're right, and ACC as well. We do a lot of ACC work. Yeah. And of course, without hospitals, needed the hospital beds to be open if things did go pear-shaped throughout the country. So all that got put on hold as well. So yeah, we do a lot of variation of work, and of course with the bars and restaurants being closed in the evenings, that affected our business too.
Airport transports, transfers. No.
Well, that as well. But I'm saying that I did have one trip to Auckland.
Wow. So COVID hits, mate. You guys are an essential service. What things did you have to put in place to make sure that you guys could continue to run safely? We followed most of the standard rules that businesses have now. We had hand cleaner that the drivers clean regularly. There was the spray cleaner that we put on the handles. The people were only allowed in the back seat to allow the 2-metre rule. Yeah. Those sort of things. The masks were available to the drivers if they feel wish, and the customers as well. Funny enough, none of them took that option up. So it's basically all those sort of things, really, Damon. Yeah, and with this, with COVID being a little bit more relaxed in level 2, I mean, the weekend that I've just had, it looked pretty normal out there, mate. I mean, apart from no sport, I'm still missing that. But do you think there is more confidence, a bit more relaxed for people to, the more casual way of getting a taxi when they need one?
Yeah, definitely. That was the first weekend at the pubs, the very first this weekend. Friday and Saturday night wasn't very busy at all, actually.
Okay.
So I think it's that whole flow down of business effect at the moment. I think it's going to take a little while till the actual things to settle down a bit. But during the day, yes, we've picked up our work. We're probably running about 60% at the moment.
And
during what we were before.
And during COVID, did you we saw stories of rental car places, various differences changing the way that they did, delivering groceries, etc. Did you guys pivot at all in that way to keep the fleet going?
We did discuss it and look at that quite closely. The problem we had is a lot of the when you're carrying food, especially the frozen stuff, you've got to have a vehicle that
of course,
that allows to keep that sort of thing, with the work and the health and safety, etc., etc. We did look at that, but the reality is that most of the supermarkets were struggling to keep up with demand anyway, not the delivery, but just stacking the boxes. So we did offer our service of picking up prescriptions from chemists, etc. But most of the time it was just on especially on level 4, it was just basically taking people to essential services like 2 or 3 people in the morning, like start early at 4 in the morning, going to Pack and Save where there's no public transport, which they can't get on anyway. So it's those sort of people really. We're only doing about 30 or 40, 50 jobs a day max down level 4, but that's okay. We were available. That was the main thing.
Absolutely. And with this whole change, how do you think people are going to get confidence back to use the standard services a bit more?
Well, I think that's basically now. A lot of our regular customers that we had before the lockdown are coming out. I'm noticing every day now there's the familiar faces are coming. Yeah. So I don't think that'll be too much of a problem, actually. I think it's going to be more the nights that's going to be the problem.
And as we progress through this, I mean, we might get more good news today in regards to moving to more sport, more lower levels. How do you think you guys are going to adjust or maintain to get through this thing until it is behind us, whenever that is?
Well, we work on a roster system, Damian. It's been the only taxi service as a taxi company. There's other good services around, but with a number-wise anyway. So we only had 10 people on over through the lockdown, and we just had 5 days, 3 days on, 3 days off sort of thing.
Yep.
But that was only 10 of us working because a lot of our drivers are elderly. Right. And overstanders that couldn't drive or chose not to, which we respect. But now we're filtering our drivers back into the system, altering the roster to what we think is to service our customers. So there is a lot of bit of crystal ball gazing, I suppose, because we don't really know how things are going to happen. So we're basically just doing it week by week at the moment. And thankfully the drivers understand that and are working with us.
Awesome. And with government funding across the board for various industries, were you guys looked after?
Yeah, we were, because we're all the people that own their cars or owner drivers or basically self-employed. Yep. We all went down the government subsidy scheme. We also have 2 people, Sarah and Alex, that run our company in the office. We went down that track for them too, and we got looked after very well. And moving forward, I mean, the business itself is going to be a bit of a struggle. Like a lot of businesses around here, we sort of just have to tighten our belts. And again, it's that flow-on effect where, because we didn't have only had 10 drivers on, we didn't use our call centre as much because we have a call centre in Palmerston North. And they do about 10 different companies throughout New Zealand. Right. So they had to drop off people. So it's that real flow-on effect of, a spiral where people lose their jobs or get laid off. But thankfully, we see us in time, probably done the 2 or 3 weeks, or even back to level 1. I don't think we'll ever go back to 100%, but I think we'll go close to it.
Awesome. And lastly, with the contact tracing being something that is being talked about a lot at the moment, are you guys covered in regards to all your bookings are by phone or the app or something like that? Yeah,
most of them are through the phone and app, so there's phone numbers readily available for that. We're not, we don't need to, if we have a hail job, that means if someone just hops in, we don't need to take their name or address or anything, but okay. We do take cash, but there's not a lot of cash at the moment, so it's all trackable through FPOS
right.
if need be, and addresses we drop, so that's all monitored on the line.
Outstanding. Lastly, Ray, thank you so much for your time this morning today. But lastly, where can the guys find you? How can they get in touch?
296 1111. We have an app that you can download. Just go onto the Play Store, and basically are the 2 main ways you can do it. Just for a sign-off, Dame, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank all our customers over the last 7 or 8, 9 weeks. It's been pretty tough, not just for us, but everybody. But we're glad we're here to provide, continue and provide our the service to our customers, and we all wish them well.
Amazing stuff, Ray. Thank you so much for your time. Go well, my friend. Look after yourselves out there and keep up the exceptional work.
Well, cheers, Damian. Thanks for your time.